all the little things you expect to see in a scary movie was there.
Hold up. I love the way it started,
Okay.
but this movie's trash. I'm gonna butcher the rest of it. So let's get going.
Like you would expect to make assumptions more so about like, okay, how did the killer do this? How did the killer get away with that? How did they survive? And maybe, we never get those answers. But in this movie, it was more so decisions that they made in the plot. And it's just, it's not clicking. It's not clicking.
I was watching for a long time.
Yeah.
Wondering, where is Michael? Why is this Corey? Why are we still on Corey? He's weak. He's slow. Like, they completely even ruin kind of like, is he supernatural or is he not? Before we keep going, I just want everyone listening, watching. Yeah. This thing is some hot garbage. I hate this movie. That's Mario.
Oh, dang. All right. How I go?
That's how Halloween goes.
Hey man, it's spooky season, bro. This not my time of the year. But welcome back to the Geek Show, man. Episode 72. We are your hosts. It's me, your boy Ginato, and the homie ChrisyLite. What's good, Chris?
Hey, everything's going good over here. Enjoying spooky season. Been watching a little too many scary movies, so I'm gonna pull back a little bit. Maybe go back to some anime, lift my spirits, and then deep dive in later. But I know you came out for your first scary movie. How was it?
All right, wait. Let's kill this narrative. I've seen scary movies. Mm-hmm. All right, I at least get one in a year. It's just this my first Halloween Michael Myers movie, that I'm actually seeing in theaters, because I've looked it up on YouTube and stuff like that, but it's more so like I had to get this the last one. I might as well go do it, and like for the pod, we gotta show love. Not everybody always loves Marvel and all the stuff we usually talk about, so hopefully we're not going to spend all day on this, because it's like we're also going to talk about She-Hulk, because the She-Hulk had their finale this week too, so definitely gonna be covering that after Halloween. But we got to start off with that man Michael, man. I don't even know if it's really Michael at this point, because it took us forever to get there. But going into this, man, how did you feel about, like, just did you hear anything? Were you nervous based on, because you did a whole deep dive, so you was like up on the lore? I went in blind.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking about doing the Halloween marathon timeline, storyline, everything before this, because Halloween ends. It's supposed to be the last one. And I was like, well, if it's going to be the last one, I got to do it right. I ended up just watching a 7-minute YouTube video of getting me close to there. And then on HBO Max, I cut on Halloween Kills. I watched that. And then I was like, all right, I'm good going into this movie. But I think I told you, I'm not the biggest Halloween franchise person. Like, it's just not my type of scary, spooky movie. He's not my favorite old time movie monster out of Jason, Freddy, and Michael Myers. He just doesn't do it for me. But I did want to see the conclusion and how it, quote unquote, ends. So, I prepared, and we all went out. We had a great time, and
yeah, I guess it was great. I don't know.
It was not, the theater was all spooky and stuff. They did decorations, but as soon as we sat down and started watching, it gave me them same feelings, man.
Oh. I personally didn't have the best theater experience just because of the neighbor beside me. But we ain't got to go too much into that. Just know that they was cranking. But it's a little different crowd than what we're used to with the Marvel and DC movies. A little bit different crowd, man. But I went in blind. I didn't know pretty much anything. I was too scared to even look up stuff, just because I just want to experience it. I already had enough anxiety going into this, and y'all might be like, yo, chill out, it's just Michael Myers. But it's just, My brain, it's too much, man, too much. But I mean, I think as far as like the way the movie opened, I think the opening was interesting as far as like a setup for what we saw later on. But it just felt like it was more of a opening that just never stopped type thing, you know. So like as far as like the introduction to one of the main characters, Corey, um, did you like how it started?
Hold up. I love the way it started,
Okay.
but this movie's trash. So before we keep going, I just want everyone listening,
Yeah.
watching. This thing is some hot garbage. I hate this movie. I believe it opened very, very, very good, and I was very excited to start watching because that opening scene
Yeah.
was to me perfect.
Okay.
I really, really liked it. I loved
Yeah.
the introduction to Corey. I loved what happened with the little kid, this little brat. He was a little sassy thing for no reason, just came
Hold
out
it. Yeah.
and then died in the craziest way. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, we getting started with these killing scenes already from jump. But I thought the beginning scene was great. And for a spooky movie, oh yeah, they hit it on the hammer. What do you think?
Okay. I was scared. I was scared. I ain't gonna count. I thought he was already there. I was like, yo, he there already. We ain't gonna see nothing. I mean, like once he got up into the actual attic, I was like, okay, it's the kid, right? Like, but everything leading up to that point, like the anxiety got into me. It's like all the little things you expect to see in a scary movie was there. Like all those elements, you know, except seeing the main killer. And then as far as like the kid's actual demise, that joint was vicious. I was not expecting that. The kid went out super sad. That house was mad high. Mad high. It was
Ooh,
like 3 stories, right?
yeah.
And you know, like I don't know why he was kicking the door down like that if you knew it was the kid, but you know, it made for a moment. And that's I guess what I leave with. I do think the movie wasn't good either. You know, I gave it a 6.5 because it was more so like the moments that it was good, but for the most part, it just wasn't really like.
Yeah.
I was
I just had
expecting
to
to be
give it some
scared.
credit because I do agree with you. I think the beginning is very good. It does
Mm-hmm.
give you that little creepy feeling.
Yeah.
And that's it for me. Let I'm gonna butcher the rest of it. So let's get going.
All right, all right. So where do you want to start? You want to start with the characters, or you want to start with like how the plot got going, like after that?
I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna just say really bad stuff. I'm gonna be a hater. I'm gonna be a hater on
Oof,
Halloween Ends. So
oof. Okay, so I mean, I don't really got that many good things to say about it either. The movie took forever to really get going. I mean,
uh-huh.
the it doesn't make a lot of sense from a plot standpoint. I mean, like the way that
Just keep
it
it
goes,
going. Just
you know, like it goes from the movie we just spoke about to like a montage of like going back in time, learning like, okay, where are we at? Like it was like radio, but also like TV commercial, and then like uh we also see Corey just being like he went from having all this life to just being kind of dead inside, and
mhm.
you know, like we just see, okay, like all right, this story is focusing on him. I was like, okay, maybe this is an apprentice type thing. This is his downfall. I don't know. I didn't connect that, you know, this moment replaced Michael Myers moments like throughout time. I didn't get that because I just wasn't my mind wasn't there. But I feel like the music and like the moments where like we got to see like the actual psychotic breakdown of Corey was cool, but everything leading up to it didn't make sense as far as like why'd you
Yeah,
stay in this town? Why
yeah,
didn't you move away? Like it's just it's not clicking. It's not clicking.
yeah.
And
I don't care about Corey at all. Like after that moment, I was so confused because I just thought
yeah,
it was like we're just gonna show some terrible event that happened in town and maybe affect like kind of showing how Halloween or the effects of death around have still affected like the town, and that was
yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
No, this man is a main character in the story. He is the character in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was watching for a long time,
Yeah.
wondering, where is Michael? What is why is this Corey? Why are we still on Corey?
Yeah. Because it's a Michael Myers movie, you know? And I mean, I know the movie's not called Michael Myers, but it's Halloween, right?
It's
So
called Halloween Ends.
right.
Ends. And we're just learning about Corey. We're
Yeah.
just learning about this dude. Like, if
Yeah.
they would have showed this dude in Halloween Kills,
Right.
I probably would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm tripping out that, dude, you can't have Halloween Ends and then you start with a new character and then you make him the main dude.
Right.
I
Especially
don't get it.
Especially when it connects to the main cast of the previous
OG
films.
cast.
Yeah. Like even that connection was trash because this man was like, what? He had been like 22, 23 at this point, you know, going into it because he had his whole life planned out. He's finna be an engineer and all this other stuff, right? Then went through the trial, got found not guilty or whatever because it was an accident and all that. And then, you know, the town hated him after that, you know? So, like, that was like his descent into the darkness. But then we get to see these marching band kids just pulling up and like this is where it lost me, bro. I'm like, yo, no way. Like, I mean, he's not that much younger than us, right? No way I'm getting bullied by some high school kids. I don't care how many of them it is, right? Like, and they're
Corey
in the
was
marching
bigger
band.
than them. He
That's what I'm
was bigger
saying.
than them. It so much is confusing.
Yeah, and like it made me feel like, okay, they're stuck in the past, right? Because the whole stereotype of like, okay, kids getting bullied makes sense, right? But usually it's on the other side. It's usually like the kid is smaller and inferior in the sense of like just stature and stuff like that, and the numbers is what gets them, right? In this scenario, this man is just drinking some chocolate milk because he still loves chocolate milk. We know that, you know, because that was a whole thing. But like he can't even have a conversation with people, you know? And the kids don't know what no means. So they beat him up and he cuts his hand, and that's when Lori enters the picture. And I'm like, okay, we're okay, I guess. Like I guess. You know?
Like, that's how we progress the story.
Yeah.
And no, wait, not even that. Yeah, this movie's trash.
Go crazy.
She then is like, I'm gonna introduce you to my daughter because you guys would be perfect. Like, and then her daughter's like, dang, this man fine.
That's the worst part. The daughter was the worst part for me. Because apparently she's like was supposed to be best girl, right? Like in the previous movies, like still survive type thing.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be mean, but like just dumb as a bag of bricks in this.
Corey got that unspoken riz.
Super
like no
unspoken. Because he can't speak. He can't speak, man.
He did nothing at all. And for some reason, she was so infatuated with him. I just thought she was like, you know what? I'll use this as an excuse so then I have someone to go to the party with.
Right.
No, this girl was on him heavy.
Yeah, she was on his body.
I did not understand why. It was just happening to happen.
Right. And it was like it had more to do with Lori than it had to do with her, right? Because it was more so like, yo, Lori was like, oh, they can connect on some level because everybody in the town looks at her weird, you know, as well. And I'm like, she wants them to be happy. I'm like, yo, like the fact y'all whole living situation is already strange, you know, like even how y'all justify it, like the way they set it up is like they're best friends, but really they don't mess with each other like at all, you know? So for her to be like, oh, I'm gonna set you up with my granddaughter, and for that interaction to be in a doctor's office and they can't even, you know, do what they need to do in the doctor's office with the whole stitching and stuff like that. I was like, bro, okay, this it can't, like if it was this easy, bro, like it can't be just this easy.
It's that easy to pull girls, apparently.
Like, and I'm like lost. I'm lost when it comes to like just the choices, because like even when later on we get into like some of the killing, when he finally gets under I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but when he finally is under Michael Myers' wing and he's starting to learn how to do the thing, right? They end up attacking the doctor's office. But I'm like, yo, what was the point of that? Like, why you choose them? You know, because if you was really about it, you know, you would have been in that doctor's office too, right? You would have got that promotion if you really wanted it. So it's like, bro, like it's just the logic, and I know logic in scary movies aren't a thing. You know, that was super present in the when Michael Myers was actually on screen, but it's just for me, it went too far left to where it's like this don't even seem like real life.
Like the movie, the way it's presented, it just seems like they had two halves of a movie. Like
Yeah,
2/3 of the movie is this Corey story meeting, trying to bond through trauma with the girl. I can't remember her
right.
name.
I
And
don't know.
then Michael Myers, like, Halloween ends. And to be honest, you could have probably cut off the last act of this movie,
Yeah.
throw that on to Halloween Kills, make
Mm-hmm.
Halloween Kills a little bit longer, and then the story would have been over. And you
Yeah.
don't even need this movie at all.
Right.
But no, they wanted to have this filler,
Right.
this mess of a chopped up scenes to
Yeah.
show two people try to work through trauma, and one of them just kind of just be consumed by all the trauma that he's been through anyway. So it's just
because I feel like the conversation around like what makes something evil or somebody evil was like, all right, like I like that, like because Lori was writing a book and explaining what she's gone through, and for her to be able to recognize, you know, immediately Corey was different. Like I was like, okay, like that's starting to make sense, but like everybody else, it just felt kind of like overkill. Like I don't know, like it felt like it was trying too hard to make it something new while ending something else. Like because they couldn't, because it's like because the whole point is like how do you kill Michael Myers, right? Like if we just skip to that part, you fully put him in a I don't even know what that machine was, but I've seen it on TikTok before in the junkyard. You put him through that trash thing, and you just fully get rid of him. But it's like if you want to have a movie based on the conversation
of like how evil can infect anybody and drive you to be a psychopath and murderer or whatever.
Make it more personal. So maybe Corey's not the main guy, but it's the daughter or the granddaughter, you know?
Yeah. Or just have Corey be a character previously.
Yeah.
I guess I just say this all the time. Just have it feel like it's a more personal character, like he's been with us the entire trilogy of this new Halloween. So then when he gets controlled by this evil, and now the main character is saying, I'm seeing signs of how Michael Myers is, it makes sense.
Right.
You don't do it in one dumb movie, and then she's just writing this book, and then she's like, oh, all of a sudden I'm seeing signs that he's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
It just sounds stupid. It just sounds so stupid.
And I guess like one of my main issues with it is like you're left with a lot of assumptions, like making a lot of assumptions, and it's not the good way. Like you would expect to make assumptions more so about like, okay, how did the killer do this? How did the killer get away with that? How did they survive? And maybe, you know, we never get those answers. But in this movie, it was more so decisions that they made in the plot, in the story of like why, like what was the point of the radio station? What was the point of, you know, having the kids be the one that, you know, chases they keep popping up and bullying this man, like, and it's just being like, it's just like stuff didn't connect, like main story to previous movies and the end goal of it just being over. Like it didn't feel like it was worth it. And like you said, it felt like if they were gonna go the whole Corey route, fully go there by having possibly like Michael Myers ends be in the beginning, and now that gets transferred over. So kind of like flip flop the ending or whatever, so that like, okay, Halloween ends but Corey continues type thing. I don't know, like
You know
something
what? Perfect.
in
Yep.
that sense, you know, because when I found out like after it was like the amount of time that the Halloween Kills,
Yeah.
like the timeline between that and this movie, this man Michael Myers been just hiding in the gutter, like, and we get no explanation of how he been surviving, what he been doing. Like we get like one little moment with a homeless guy, and it's just like, bro, like I don't know, like, and even
It's
go
just
ahead.
like, why was that a choice?
Yeah.
Like what after like Halloween, the new one, and then Kills, it takes place right after the movie. So
Mm-hmm.
then this one, it's like he escapes and then murders off the mom of the daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like the way that concludes, he murders her in the house, and then we don't get a conclusion.
Yeah.
So then when we come to here, this man escaped the house surrounded by police again
Mm-hmm.
somehow, and he just lives in the gutter
Yeah.
for
Eternity.
just yeah, and he's recovered, he's weak, he's slow. Like they completely even ruin kind of like,
The
is he
aesthetic.
supernatural or is
Yeah.
he not? Because
Yeah.
they confirm that he's clearly killable. But it's
Right.
just like they ruined that, because if he was still full powered Michael Myers and then you just defeated him,
Mm-hmm.
then they, I just feel like they ruined a lot of the fun that makes Michael Myers fun.
Yeah.
Like he was kind of weird, like just a pure force of evil.
Right.
And for some reason, this man was just getting up always. You shoot him, he's still walking.
Yeah.
He walks and
Right.
and murders you still. And then
Right.
in this movie, he is a rundown version of himself after the two previous movies. And
Mm-hmm.
you just don't get that feeling that we actually got Michael Myers end.
Yeah, because I was waiting to see the moments that like I see all around social media of like, you know, like you're saying, like him getting shot and him being able to escape, him chasing somebody like by walking. Like, but we don't get those moments. We get, you know, weird moments of like, you know, Corey staring through the window
An
like Michael Myers
imposter.
stand. Yeah, like it's not the same. It's not the same. Like even like the jump scares, like it just wasn't like a scary movie to me. Like it didn't, like I was expecting to be a lot more frightened than I was just like, oh, this is kind of just like an action movie at this point. Like it was just like, it was still blood and gore, but that, you know, spooky aspect of it, like of just that anticipation of waiting for like, okay, when is it going to happen? Like I felt like there was only like maybe 2 or 3 moments in the movie where that was actually a thing, you know? And I think the only real like fleshed out characters in this movie was Lori and the DJ youngin, because the DJ guy had like a lot of personality and you just understood who he was from the jump. And then Lori, like you just, you know, she got all this backstory, she had all this connections to these characters, but everybody else just fell flat. Like even the daughter, the granddaughter, just fell flat because like none of the decisions she was making made sense to, you know, the what we know about her, even if this was your first movie. You know what I'm saying? So it was bad. It was bad. And just getting beat up by the band is crazy work, bro. I'm never gonna let that go. Never.
And what I think what disappoints me so much is in Halloween Ends, most of the kills were from Corey,
Yeah.
not even Michael Myers. And that
Yeah.
is just so disrespectful to a franchise. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm not the biggest Halloween person anyway, but
Yeah.
I just cannot imagine you ever ending a franchise as big as this one or big as any other franchise, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't give your main dude the spotlight.
Yeah.
I just don't understand, and it's just so disappointing. I told you, as long as they defeat them, I think I'd feel good about the movie.
Yeah.
They defeat this man, I still didn't feel good about it. Like
Yeah. Cause
I
even
just did not get Michael Myers enough.
yeah, cause even the way they was doing it, like it felt like, I don't want to say it felt gimmicky, but it just felt like, I mean, I guess it makes, if y'all, if it was this easy, why ain't y'all been do this type thing, you know? Like
He's old.
yeah, and it was just like you said, it was like a rundown Michael Myers, and Even like the Michael Myers funeral was weird to me. The way the town came out, it just was like, I
They just really
guess,
wanted to prove that he was dead.
yeah. But I wanted to, like, there was things like I thought we would have got, which would possibly be one of the reasons why we end up with a ender like this, a finale like this, is the fact that like Michael Myers is a guy in a mask. Like if Michael Myers wasn't like actual like because they can get a new Michael Myers every movie if they really wanted to because we never see his face. So if there was like a Michael Myers that was like what's her name, what is Laurie's name, actual name,
I don't know.
Jan Lee Curtis, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh yeah, Jamie.
Jamie.
So.
If it was that caliber of an actor portraying Michael Myers and we knew it to be Michael Myers, like they wouldn't go out like this. You know, like this can't, like, you know, it's just like if they had that level of star power in the portrayal, Michael Myers would have more consideration, especially if this is going to be the end of him.
And one thing about it being the end of him, Michael Myers was in that sewer. It kind of seemed like he was done. Like he wasn't even going after her or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he killed Corey and he was just like, give me my mask back. And he was like, oh, it's you.
Right.
Well, I gotta kill you. Like,
yeah.
It really wasn't like Michael Myers actively going after it. So a lot of it just felt like he was just done. He was done being Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wish it was more like Corey was bringing people in and he was killing people, and that murdering of people empowered Michael Myers again through some evilness, just something that made him stronger. And like he was just like in a weakened state from the previous movies. And now he's getting stronger and stronger.
Right.
But that we didn't get that. This dude got beat by her. And that was the only fight scene.
Grandma, man. That's crazy work.
Because he's old. Like they explained it. He's old, beat down, and he's not the same.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just so sad because you're like, I'm not getting the end.
Yeah.
Like this guy has to go out like a G, and everyone used everything possible. Like they shot him in the legs a couple times, ran away, cut off his arm. He's still after them. Like, nah, they threw a refrigerator on top of him and said, goodbye, everyone.
That part killed me.
$16.
They killed him with the ice maker, bro. That's bad.
So Halloween ends. You're getting a 2 out of 10.
Oof.
I would never ever watch this movie again in my life.
Same.
There's just no way.
I made it though. I finished it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, congrats.
But all right, man. Let's let that. That's gonna do it for our Michael Myers segment of the pod. Now we got to get into She-Hulk. We have to. We haven't talked about She-Hulk in a little while now. A lot of you guys are new listeners and new viewers of our show came from the She-Hulk videos, you know what I'm saying, specifically like the clips and stuff like that. So my opinion on it specifically hasn't necessarily changed, but I've gained new insight. I've gained new insight based on this finale, bro. So just starting off, bro, how did you feel about the finale, man? Like, did you like it? Did you hate it? Did it make you mad? What's it good? How you feeling?
This thing is garbage too. Like it. I would have liked it if more of the season was in the same light of it. Like it was just fun, loving episodes. No, they made a script, and in the last episode, they've tried to pretty much make it seem like I'm stupid, and that it's all just this Kevin guy writing the script, and then we're rewriting it. It actually doesn't make any sense. Or robot.
Yeah.
But pretty much what I'm saying is we literally watched all these episodes as a TV show, and then at the end, we didn't even get a conclusion to that TV show that we watched. It's more of just like a commentary on like how Marvel makes these shows and how they make this. Everything's predictable.
Yeah.
And as much as she fourth wall break, and I thought it was very creative, one of the most creative things I've seen, I just don't believe they earned that ability of creativity in this type of show. It just felt like they put all their brain power into the last episode and then decided to use none of it in any of the previous episodes.
I feel it. I feel it. Yeah. I mean, you said it, bro. This one was trash.
You feel the same?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I like the episode, like,
okay.
and by itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like only 3 out of the 9 episodes were good to me, and I say good just because like it wasn't like, you know, mind bending TV, but just like what I expect when I watch a sitcom or a Marvel show. Like it gave me those things. But from an overall standpoint, for this to be the end of it, I was like, okay, so I made a video about it. It's supposed to be bad this whole time. Like it was never supposed to be good. Because if this is the
that's
the case,
weird thing too. Like what?
Yeah, like it was never supposed to be good, bruh. And it's crazy that, you know, the head writer, I don't know if everybody else in there were actual writers or they were just actors in the show. If they were all writers, I'm sorry, but I know the head writer was in there, and for her to insert herself into the MCU, like I was like, oh, that's bold right there, you know. So I give them props for that. You know, her popping out of the Disney Plus homepage was amazing. I love that. I was just bro, like, this is crazy, right? Her going through the whole Marvel Studios and like that. I was like, it when that happened, I was like, oh, this joint then definitely took a turn, because prior to that, I was just like, man, like this joint ain't getting no better. Like this whole scenario is just trash, and it sucks that, you know, She-Hulk has to rely on other characters. And when I say other characters, I'm not talking about like side characters on our own show, but other characters from shows and movies that we love, excluding Smart Hulk, to, you know, go back and forth with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if the whole point of the show was to make fun of Marvel and make fun of essentially your fan base, you succeeded. You succeeded in that goal, and I don't plan on watching anything else from you. Like, it's as simple as that, bro. Like, I only want features from now on from She-Hulk, because I like Tatiana herself. Like, I love her as She-Hulk, right? But this show does not deserve a season 2, because if it's like remember how like in school, you know, like we had to, like in math class, we had to like complete the problem and show our work, right? It's like they did that this episode, but all the work that they showed didn't make sense to how you got to the answer. I'm like, yo, like you said, like they think we stupid, like
all the work led to, okay, so this is who a Hulk King is. That's it.
Yeah,
that was the season.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad, bro. They made Kevin a robot. Kevin Feige's a robot now.
Just random sitcom-y episodes of her doing random stuff would have been better.
Yeah.
It would have been way better than this.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot get over. Like, it's one of the most creative finales I've ever seen. I'll give them that.
Mm-hmm.
But geez, did it not belong here?
Yeah.
Maybe if they would have reworked it, made season 2, you know, a little bit better, her more fourth wall breaking, and then that was the finale. Like, hey, this is getting too repetitive, Kevin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have liked it, but it just kind of seems like to me they messed up the script, and then they wanted a big brain at the end, and it just didn't work for me, unfortunately.
Like, it was like they had the beginning and the end of the show like mapped out exactly how they wanted to, but how they connect the two is where they lost it, you know. And I feel like when it comes to like putting out a Marvel show and like the expectation that comes with it, it's like, okay, it's one thing to you know, innovate and make something that like nobody's ever seen, in a sense of like doing something different. But it's like, all right, She-Hulk is already doing that by herself as like the character, right? But if there is no focus, like I feel like there was really no focus in this season. There's no focus in character growth and like building up this new hero and potential, like, you know, Avenger if she wants to be, in a sense, essentially, because that's kind of her whole attitude with everything she does is based on if she really want to do it or not. Focus on that. Focus on, you know, continuing and broadening the Hulk mythos, because I feel like they did that successfully. You know, like Scar.
They gave Hulk a son, so that's what they were trying to do, really, right?
Yeah,
Build the Hulk.
that was the real goal for like the whole Hulk mythos, because like even the way they started the show is like, yes, I'm a Hulk, right? So that just gives you the idea. It's like, okay, there's gonna be more, right? And Scar, you know, even though this is our first time seeing him, like the way that it gets justified in the comics makes sense, right? Because it's like based on the planet he was on in Ragnarok, you know, and how that was like, you know, Planet Hulk essentially, right? But to introduce Scar in this way, it's just like come on, man, like it could be so much better. Like it could be so much better. Like it's wasted moments, you know.
It's wasted. It's some wasted potential. I don't know. It's just not good. And
right.
To be honest, they just need to get a new director for season 2 if they really want this to go forward.
Yeah.
They need to go back to the drawing board.
Like they already had a lawyer show that was successful in Daredevil. Like it's there.
To be honest, that Daredevil is the only one you need to know.
Exactly, bro. And it's like it's sad that it's come to this, because I feel like the criticisms that we are giving, it has nothing really to do with like the actors and the writers specifically, like that they don't like. I feel like they had moments in this show that were good, right? But it's more so the approach. Like the approach for me for this whole show just felt like I don't know, it's arrogant, bro. It feels like they
think they're smarter than us. That's how I always viewed it. For some reason, the way they write it, it's like, oh, we're smarter than you. This was a better episode than you think. Right. Nanny boo boo. And when it just wait till you see the end of the entire season and then judge us on the entire season. The entire season's trash. Yeah. Like it's not even boring. It's trash. Like that's the problem. I really, really want them to get She-Hulk a second season. Let me see it in a different direction and maybe I'll like it more. But this direction was not it.
Cause like the elements in it, right, was like breaking the fourth wall. I like that, right? But it's always breaking the fourth wall at the expense of the viewer now, because we're already seeing what's happening on screen. But all the fourth wall moments are telling us, like walking us through what's happening. It's like we don't see what's actually going on. Like it's like if you're gonna break the fourth wall, like really break it, and it be like almost like when, you know, Flash is going so fast, like he can just do whatever, or Quicksilver or whoever you want to use in a scenario, like he can go eat a hot dog and make a sandwich and, you know, make people do all this other stuff. Like if you're gonna break the fourth wall, have it have something to do with the actual show, like in the actual story, rather
like
than
at the end when she breaks into the Disney Plus app, and then she directly confronts the writers on why this stuff don't make no sense. Like if they had like a running joke in it and she was doing this stuff, right, and really breaking the fourth wall, it'd be so much better. Yeah. Like, dang, like I kind of feel stupid now making my Tinder profile as She-Hulk and then expecting them to like Jen. You know, like
like really, make it make sense. Yeah,
just make it make sense. And it just kind of feels like they really don't have a direction on the show. They really are testing out which which type of show do we like? Because when they do that like rom-com-y type show, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But other aspects of the show, it is bad. And I'm like, you just gotta stick with one type of theme for the show and go forward with it. And they really didn't know what to do.
Focus. That's all I needed was some actual focus, bro. Like, and it's like, bro, that's
the message for today. Focus on one thing and stick with it. Yeah. Both Halloween, was it Bloomhouse, whatever it is, Halloween Ends. Y'all, I know y'all gonna go back to the drawing board and bring that back up. And Marvel, focus on one thing, get it right, then clear it, because y'all are just clearing stuff for no reason. And then you see the product and you're just like, who cares?
Right.
I care. They're trash.
Yeah. And I don't want because we've got this in some of the comments of our videos of like it turning into a men versus women thing. Like I don't like that. Like I just want a good show. You know what I'm saying? I just want some good content. Like it's not like it's so bad, like the way that, you know, some of the comment, like not even just in our videos, but like in other people's comment sections of like really coming down on the writer, but then the writer firing back. I've seen those and I'm like, yo, like it's not even that deep. You just didn't make a good show. Like it just wasn't good. You know, and it's simple as that. And I don't want, you know, because a lot of times where our clips on YouTube is getting taken out of the conversation, and the whole point is you to go back and listen to the full conversation after that, right? To get the full context of what we're talking about. So we'll have moments where it's like, yo, crazy, this joint is bad, right? But what we're doing different than I feel like you know, what people are looking for is we're actually, you know, giving suggestions of like what you could have done better, not so much just coming down because it was bad. Like it was like, you know, we're offering feedback just like, okay, the show is already out, so there's no way to get around that, but just, you know, just adding to the whole conversation. And it's just it's probably the worst. It's probably the worst Marvel show, or at least Disney Plus show that we got. You know that Phase 4, man. It's their writers. They did not do a good job. Yeah. Like something in that screening process, either they're just overlooking or clearing everything so easily. Yeah. But it was not up to the quality that they need to get back on. Like they really need to get back on track. Phase 5. Yeah. Yeah. I think we'll end off on a bang with Black Panther. I'm hoping. Oh man, I hope so. That's like next week. Is it? No. We got like 3 weeks. So. Yeah. So I mean, hopefully after that things start to get back on track, because I want them to be able to stand on their own 2 feet and not necessarily, because cameos are good. Like I love seeing cameos, but if you're just relying on cameos to help service the story, and like if your goal is to broaden the Hulk mythos, make a Hulk show, make a Hulk movie, right? Just do the thing instead of, you know, sacrificing She-Hulk to get to plot points in Hulk, right? Like if it's a She-Hulk show, I want She-Hulk. Like deep down, do you really believe that they just She-Hulk attorney at law or whatever to get to the Hulk movie? Yeah, I do, bro. That's crazy. Because that's disappointing. What you know, like they know we gonna watch it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like they know we gonna watch it. So it's like if I don't see any other justification for it. And that's why, like, I wasn't too harsh on Miss Marvel. I thought it was a little boring and a little slow, and the animation wasn't that good. Yeah. But I understood why they were doing it. They wanted an origin movie for another character that's gonna appear in their main movie. Yeah. And they felt like, you know, it's gonna be a little too cluttered Yeah.
to introduce her, like in Dirty Sprite 2, Doctor Strange. Um, they had the new character of American Chavez.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, we don't have to do a full movie to reveal her powers type thing or everything. But they felt for Miss Marvel, let's go ahead and do that.
Right, because you already got her and you got Monica Rambeau in it as well.
So it's like I understand it more and I'm more accepting. I may have not liked it as much. Like, I don't think it's that good, but I understand it more. Here at She-Hulk, I don't know what you're going for.
Yeah.
And now that we saw the last episode, it was a creative episode that did not even justify the series either.
Right.
But I guess we can hope for better.
It's also it could also be an entrance for Daredevil for new people too. You know, if that didn't watch it initially on Netflix. Like,
very true. Like,
you want to see a good lawyer show, man? Watch Daredevil.
All right, I'm watch Daredevil.
It's a good lawyer.
I've seen
show.
like 3 episodes.
It's good. It's really good. Probably best Fisk you want to get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that joint is fire, but I mean, anything else? Emil goes with Wong. That happened as well. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, like at the end of the episode, he breaks into Emil's cell and he goes to, what is it? What's the place that they go? Where's the temple? What's that joint called? I don't remember. But whatever temple Wong goes to, they went to the crib. And that's just another thing to add to the whole mythos, man. So now we got 4 Hulk things out there. Got She-Hulk, Scar, Hulk, and Abomination. All we're missing is a Red Hulk.
Plenty of work that they can do to recover, but
yeah, it's still possibilities, man. I mean, like I know I said there shouldn't be no season 2 for She-Hulk, but if there is one, I probably won't end up talking about it. I ain't gonna cap. I'll watch it, but I don't know. I'd rather see her in a movie. Cause I feel like She-Hulk in short span would be a lot better than like a whole drawn out story if what you want to do is not for her to be a lawyer and be able to, you know, work on that aspect of her life as well as being a hero. Like if that's not the focus of the show, I don't think I want to see that. I'd rather her like be able to be a part of something bigger and playing her role as, you know, a hero lawyer in that aspect and seeing what she can add to, you know, whatever the main thing is going on. Like before what's his name? Before I'm trying to think of a character that makes sense for that. I guess Falcon and Winter Soldier or Rhodey. Like characters like that aren't the main focus, but because we grew up like, or even Wanda, because we see them throughout all of these movies, you know, they have the opportunity to see growth in them. And for the only growth I see in Jen from this whole season that we got is more so she's still a work in progress, you know? But I wanted to see something. Like if it's not her learning how to control her powers like we're used to seeing from superhero movies, I'd rather it have been something like, okay, she's more accepting of who she is. And you know, learn to do the whole multiple multiple life things, like double life type of things. Because I feel like her conversation with Daredevil was good because, you know, he told us like, yo, having this secret identity is a lot nicer than, you know, because being able to step away from it. Like obviously she can't do that, but like her getting that other dynamic of like what it could be was good, because it wasn't like she was looking at Hulk as her older cousin and being more so like, I don't gotta listen to nothing you say, I know what I'm doing, da 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 da. Like she actually, you know, maybe it was the law degree, or maybe it was, you know, what else was going on between them two, that she actually like was actually taking back or taking his responses to heart, I guess. I don't know, but I was just expecting more, bro.
Yeah,
and that's all I can really say.
And clearly, and it's just so bad because, like I said, we don't want to hate on the entirety of the series, but it's just like the episode with Daredevil felt really good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's unfortunate because for some reason y'all could not write a good episode
by herself.
Yeah, like I you had many opportunities to, and it's just disappointing.
Even her getting her suit, she ain't get it because Jen doesn't want to be a superhero. Like we go through this whole episode for you to get the suit, and we don't even see it. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But that's all I got, man. You got anything else for the show, man? I'm ready to stop talking about this joint, honestly.
Sorry, She-Hulk. You're gonna have to go in my Phase 4 was a dud in the future. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna remember.
Missed opportunity.
Marvel Phase 4. Yeah,
missed a lot of missed
potential because I thought Phase 4 was gonna be much better than what we got.
I mean, I feel like they started off pretty strong, but once it came to like the, you know, Thors and the Morbius.
Well, yeah, what? It's Morbin time.
Yeah. Once we got past like,
once we got past
Endgame, yeah, like once we got past like movies that took place after Endgame in the sense of like they weren't really connected to it. It was bad. It was bad. But I mean, we did get we got Moon Knight, we got WandaVision. Like there was some good stuff in there, but it was definitely some bad. But yeah, man. Chris, what you geeked about, man?
Like I said, I'm taking a little break right now from the scary stuff, but I am super geeked about the final scary movie that we'll be watching this year. I think you probably saw the trailer. It was for Pray for the Devil.
Oh man, yeah, I seen that thing.
And it's kind of like an Exorcist light, and I know that next year the Exorcist is gonna return to theaters. So the iconic movie, they're gonna redo it. So I am excited to see just like a light mini version of it at the end of this month, right near Halloween. Hopefully in a packed theater where people don't talk or smell. And yeah, that's what I'm super geeked about. The last scary movie. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah.
Shout out to Smile for being the only good scary movie I saw so far. What you geeked about, G?
I'm geeked about House of the Dragon finale, man. Like it's coming up next week, bro. It's coming out next week. We took a break from House of the Dragon this week just because, you know, we needed one spooky episode. We dropped in October, but I'm super geeked about that, man, just because it's just good, bro. It's wartime now. It's wartime. I'm ready for the Dragon v Dragons. I'm ready for some duels, and I'm ready for them greens to lose, man. That's what I'm ready to see. But other than that, do I got anything else, man? NBA about to start. Gotham Knights apparently is gonna be bad because it's only like 30 FPS on consoles.
Dang, in 2022, it's crazy.
Yeah. I don't think I got anything else.
Hey, we rolling through it.
Yeah, I mean we at 72, episode 72 as well.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. We'll be at 100 before you know it.
Yeah, we'll have House of Dragons coming up. We'll have Wakanda Forever coming up.
We got
and Andor coming up too.
Black Adam dropped this week.
Oh, Black Adam.
Yeah.
A lot of movies came out this month, so I hope y'all enjoyed some movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just not Halloween Ends.
On me. So that's going to do it for us this week, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Shout out to all the new people, all the new subscribers and followers of the show. We're officially on TikTok as well now, so we're dropping content back on socials again. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so y'all can see more content. And then as well, if you're listening to this on your favorite audio platforms, definitely hit that follow button on there, because, you know, the more the merrier, man. Wild Geek Show, we out here, baby, you know. So we'll catch y'all next week, man. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.